This is a video. This is a video for people who wants to come to Australia. You guys made a lot of inquiry. Okay, thanks for my followers. I have about 2,240 followers so far. Thanks for the following. Look, commonly you made a lot of inquiry. Everyone just keep asking me the same question, which is like, how can I come to Australia? How can I visit Australia? How can I get a work permit? How can I get a work visa? Look, most of the people, except maybe the passport holder, most of you are, I believe, people who actually came to my website is you not came from the Canada or like USA or England. I don't think so. Most of them, yeah, you probably from India or Nepal or Africa or somewhere. Anyway, what I'm trying to say about you're probably just one of the high-risk country for Australian point of view. Okay, Australian government point of view, Department of Immigration. What I'm trying to say about look, in order to get the work permit, it's quite obvious that you can't get the working holiday makers because if you can, you don't even looking at my website or my Facebook. The reason you keep asking the same question, which is how can I get a work permit, because you don't know how to do it, I guess. Obviously, but look, I tried to get to the let's get onto it. Look, you can't get the work permit. Straight up to you. Okay, only way to working in Australia is under the particular sponsorship. Okay, unless you find Australian business willing to sponsor you and your visa get approved, then you can work. But beside of that, there is no other way because of the simply the passport what you're holding is actually one of the high risk country list. That's the why. But the reason I'm just putting onto this post, but which you already know, obviously, no point in me to actually to remind you about you're living in the high risk country, and then that's something we can't change about it, your passport. But what you can change is this is what you can change. You can come to Australia with a visitor visa. With the visitor visa, when you apply certain category of the visa, you automatically can get the full-time work permit, which means that you can work for anybody, any company in Australia, even washing dishes or labor work, carpentry, or I don't know, if you're a singer or you can do anything, even working in the brothel, whatever. In escort services in Australia, it's illegal. It's not illegal. In the prostitution in Australia, it's legal. You can get money legally. In the massage shop or whatever. I don't highly recommend it. Don't get it wrong. But what I'm trying to say about the Australian minimum wage, we're looking probably 18-19 bucks an hour, something like that. Legal wages. So I believe we quite pay well compared to any other countries around in the world. We probably pay even just better than USA, I guess. I haven't checked about the current rate lately, but based on overall living. But look, just you figured it out anyway. So what I'm trying to say is I highly recommend about look, my answer to those people who just keep asking the same question over and over, which is a very silly thing for me. I'm getting about the tons of the questions every day. How can I come to Australia? How can I work in Australia? Look, answer is very simple, straight up. It's just visitor visa. A visitor visa does 3-4 different stream like ETA or 600 and 600 business stream, but I highly recommend 600 business stream. If you have something, the conference, exhibition, you have to visit in Australia, there is a region to visit, and it comes with you have to demonstrate about you simply about to demonstrate about you have enough bank balance, that you can live in Australia, be able to attend about those, the exhibition or the conference kind of thing. And also you have your country tie, business tie, family tie, which means let's say you marry or might be single or whatever, but you must and you have to go back to your home country. You just demonstrate it, which is an employment letter or some other thing. There is so many ways to actually show them through. But at the end of the day, you have to understand now the application is quite accessibility is quite handy because of the, you can go through about the online. That's good. But the still harder part is high commissioner in your home country. They will looking at the application. So there is still scrutiny you have to get it passed. But overall, things much easier once when you get it into the country and then apply to something else, some other visa, get a work permit, which visa allow you to stay in country for the up to 2 years minimum. How does that sound? Which means about the while you waiting for the decision came along, which is, you know, might be up to 2 years, you can make quite decent money. At the worst scenario, legally you've been in Australia 2 years, you made a decent money out of it, and then you go back to your home country. That is the worst scenario. Hopefully this can help the your overall expectation about the come to Australia, and then hopefully you don't have to keep asking the tons of this question over and over. Hopefully this video actually answered your question, your demand, which is how to come to Australia. It's the only way. I'm gonna just gently just remind you because it's so important. I'm sure, but even after the people watch this video, they still gonna ask the question, how can I come to Australia? As I say, simple. Just stick to about the 600, a server class of 600, a visitor visa, but business streamline, which is the most effective. We call about the FT, which is a fast track, which allow process within 48 hours. So based on the fast track, you can even get it within 2 days, but that doesn't mean Department of Immigration gonna just process within 48 hours. You know, actually, if they push come to shovel, they could ask about the still criminal check, or the other Thai background, or some other or medical possibly, if they think it's needed. The fast track costs about over $1,000 itself to the I'm talking about the application fee itself to the Department of Immigration, but it's not always the case. So I'm not here to discourage about anything about it, but I want you to understand country where you came from. I believe most of them are India, or maybe Nepal, or somewhere in Africa, or hardly maybe somewhere in Europe, but the Eastern Europe maybe, something related to GDP, everything. It's all related anyway. So the country came from one of the high risk country. People, nothing's wrong with your country. Again, I'm sure you are all great people. You wanna be you look for the something life opportunity. Same time you want to be in asset to the country which is in Australia. So I got that. So in order to get it through that scrutiny, there is a strategy involved, and then it's one of the quickest and easiest way I look at is the visitor visa, which is as I say about the business stream. And think about it, if you're just smart enough, I'm sure about the it will all come back to you. And look, it's also not that hard. What I'm trying to say about is now we live in 21st century, okay, 2019, all the information, everything is very much is in internet, okay, in terms of the strategy wise, but you just have to execute it. You have to do the action, okay. After this video you still don't understand, you need someone to do the work, then you're in the right page, okay. I've been migration agent for the last 14 years, because if you look at my registration number, start with the 0426966. What's that mean about the start with the 04, which means it's a year of the registration. So I've been registered as a migration agent, so my pre-qualification started on 2004. That's what it tells. Someone registered on 2013, which means about his number start with 13, okay. It's a selling point. Time for the selling. Look, so I got all about is more than decades of the experience. So if you like this video, thumbs up. You like it, or please to make a comment and share with your friend. And if you don't like, and put it in the comment about something you don't like about it. Something, what would you like to hear about it? What you want to find out a little more about it? Okay, just put it in the comment. So then I'll probably just give you something else, for the next time. Hopefully it helps. Peace.